Wow, what a day of action we have coming up in the FIFA World Cup 2018 in Russia. Round of 32, round of 16, round of 8, round of 4. I'm not listing out the format of the World Cup. That's exactly how Germany will have to approach the rest of their matches in this World Cup, because having lost to a buoyant Mexico side who counter-attacked them like no other side had ever done before. In fact, Mario Gomez, their striker, the German striker, went on to say that such ruthless efficiency that was shown by Mexico in their defeat of Germany had not been shown by any team ever before. And Germany have it all to do now. All of their matches in this World Cup now are a virtual knockout. Good afternoon, guys. Suyash this side, and I'm going to be discussing Group F action today in the FIFA World Cup. And for those of you who are joining in right now, I encourage you, please join in the conversation, ask the questions below so we can make this more interactive and as interactive as possible. Group F now, this is how it stands. Sweden is on 3 points, Mexico is on 3 points. Sweden, of course, beat South Korea in their first game, and Mexico beat Germany in their first game. Germany and South Korea are both on 0 points. This has huge implications. Now, if Germany lose against Sweden today and Mexico managed to get any sort of a positive result against South Korea, it means that Germany go crashing out of the World Cup, and they would become the first team the first holders to crash out of the World Cup after Spain encountered the same fate in Brazil 2014 when they lost their opening 2 group games. And the German players have been the first to admit that, look, we weren't good enough on that fateful day against Mexico. They counter-attacked us well, but we can't afford to change our strategy just because of one match, just because of how we've been playing a certain way, and a team that's been playing a certain way for so many years deserves to carry on playing the same way, because you have a certain identity that's been built. And of course, coming to the World Cup and losing one match and then suddenly wanting to change all of that is really not feasible. So Joachim Löw, of course, is right to say that Germany won't change their approach, but you can sense the nervousness in the camp. You can sense that they are not looking forward to this game as they would have been looking forward if they'd won their first group game. Yash is saying Mexico was so good at the back, it was amazing. It really was amazing, and especially the way they counter-attacked Germany. All of the counter-attacks were almost goal-scoring opportunities for Mexico. Not one was an opportunity where you thought, okay, they might lose the ball and Germany is going to counter-attack now. No, they were all ruthless in such piercing accuracy into the box that it's actually scary, and they might actually go on and do the same against South Korea. South Korea are a team who like to keep it on the deck, pass the ball around, and Asian teams are coming of age now. You saw Japan get a positive result earlier in the World Cup, and you can expect South Korea to play in the same way. I don't see Mexico really having a problem against South Korea today, to be very honest. As much as I would like an Asian team to come out and cause another upset, and I'm all for the Asian teams in this World Cup. I want them to do well. I want Asian football to come to a good level, at least in the World Cup. But having said that, it's all about Mexico and South Korea today, and Germany and Sweden. Now, I'm gonna read out a few stats from before the game. Germany and Sweden is actually the most played fixture in the group stages of a World Cup ever. It's been played a lot of times, and the teams know each other in and out historically. But the fact that Germany again have it all to do and have to win this game today means that they're not going to be taking it lightly. Team news now, and I believe that Germany might go with the same lineup, but Mario Gomez might be the only change, and usually it's a big hint that a player is going to start in the game when he addresses the media. Before the game then, or Mario Gomez was available to do that, although it might even be a ruse, because managers have been known to play mind games like these in the past, and Joachim Löw is of course one to never shirk any sort of mind games, and he's done in the past. But this is the game that we're previewing today, and no one can take anything for granted at the World Cup. Now, the Taeguk Warriors, as South Korea called, also have something to play for today. No team in this group has mathematically been knocked out so far, as is the case in some other groups, and it's one of the more exciting groups in the World Cup, because you have a scenario where it's totally open and anything can really happen. Now, I also have, a stat which says that a reporter asked Joachim Low today, saying that if Germany was to crash out, will it be an effort that would have gone in vain? Frankly, journalists have been known to ask slightly naughty questions like these in the past, because it's a leading question. It wouldn't be a failure, and you wouldn't expect any national coach to come out and say, look, it'll be a huge failure. And that's exactly what Joachim Low has said. He said, look, one game doesn't really determine the competency or skill level of a certain group of players. Yes, we need to improve. Yes, there are changes that need to be made, but we're not going to be changing the way we play. Now today, Germany is going to be playing at the Fish Stadium, and they have good memories of that. I'm going to read out a stat which says that in last year's FIFA Confederations Cup, they defeated Australia 3-2, Cameroon 3-1, and Mexico 4-1 at the stadium. They defeated Mexico on that occasion and couldn't get past them on this one. But as I said, it's a new day for Germany. Sweden, on the other hand, it's an interesting case because Sweden didn't really expect much coming into this World Cup. They were without their star man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan has not, typical Zlatan fashion, has not made a small deal of being excluded from the World Cup squad. And he's out there doing all sorts of promotions and activities, and you can see that he still wants to be a part of the action. But Sweden did really well in their first group game, and now they'll be looking forward to an upset today now, because if they actually go out and beat Germany or even get a draw, their chances of qualifying from the group absolutely magnify. And this is something that they're going to be looking forward to today. Also, one thing to note for Germany today is that Mats Hummels is not expected to start today. He has a cervical issue, which means that his club colleague Niklas Süle, who used to play for Hoffenheim earlier, might deputize instead of him. Now, that's not really a bad replacement. Süle is an accomplished defender. He gets his body in, gets the tackles in. But today, it's not going to be only about the defense for Germany. It's going to be about the forward players. It's going to be the likes of Marco Reus and Mario Gomez and Mesut Ozil and Thomas Müller, who are going to have to do the job against Sweden, because they need goals. A 0-0 is not enough. They need to score today. They need to score at least once to get through, and then maybe they can take a more defensive approach after that. Germany, keep in mind, play a high line, which means that their defenders aren't in the box all the time. They come push up till the half line and then try and play the attackers offside, and that's a tactic that really failed against Mexico. And Joachim Low again has not made any bones about the fact that that's a mistake that must not happen again. But again, I don't expect them to change the way they play. He actually said analysis of our mistakes has shown that we might not even have to change our approach to playing. Maybe Sweden might even deploy a back five against us, but we're used to playing against defensive teams and showed we are capable of doing so in qualifying. The players' quality is not in question. It's just about finding that right balance and the right formation. I wonder though if the decision to leave out the infamous decision to leave out a certain white player who played for Manchester City is going to be controversial or not, because let's face it, the player in question was in sublime form for Manchester City. He did well in the Bundesliga for Schalke as well, and of course, you know who I'm talking about. Instead of whom, Julian Brandt was the one who went to the World Cup. And now, if I take out the Manchester City squad for you, there's another German who plays for City, goes by the name of Ilkay Gundogan. And Gundogan will actually want to start in the midfield today, because he can command that place. Leroy Sané could not make it. Will his direct approach be missed today by Germany? We're yet to see that, and it's highly possible that might be the case, because on the left flank, of course, Brandt offers them more creativity, agreed, but just the direct approach that Leroy Sané takes, and he's done this so many times in the Premier League, I don't know, I have my doubts today. However, if I was to put my neck on the line, I predict a win for Germany today. I just think they're very good going forward, and they're not going to go out with a whimper in this World Cup. But stranger things have happened in the game of football in the past, and you never know what the future holds. So on that note, here's to hoping for a good day of football. For those of you watching, thank you so much for tuning in, and do let me know what you think. Do let me know if you agree or you disagree with what I'm saying, and you can always join in the conversation in the comment section below. Again, thought I might go live today instead of putting out a pre-recorded video every day, because it's more interactive. You get the chance to do that. So again, to those of you who are watching, thank you so much, and let's see what happens to the game today till tomorrow, where I'm going to join you again and preview another game at the World Cup. Bye bye, have a good day, guys. Oh, I'm gonna take a question from Shovik. Shovik, you just made it in time. Okay, I'm gonna have to break my 10-minute rules for you. But hey, the more information we have, the more discussions we have, the better it is. Brandt looked very sharp in the few minutes he played in the last match. He did. But I still think when it comes to the direct approach that Sane offers, Brandt doesn't have that in his locker. Now I might be proved wrong today, but Brandt is more of a technical, creative player. Almost like he even resembles Mario Götze in a way, and he's a very similar player to Mario Götze. He's almost like that evil twin that Götze has, a slightly better and more well built twin that Mario Götze has. But again, Brandt, whether he starts or not, I don't know. I have my doubts. He did look sharp, especially that one shot that he took that skimmed the goal. But all to see now, all to see. Shovik, I'm waiting for your prediction for today's game, so let me know in the comment section below. Till then, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.